next question. Somebody sent in. I'm assuming this is like a traditional Strat type trem. The trem on the guitar is set up so he's got backwards movement and forward movement.
Yeah.
But it's set so there's about 1/4 of an inch lift. So he's got about a tone to a tone and a half upward movement when he pulls the tremolo arm.
Yeah.
And not so much going down, obviously, because the trem's halfway out of the body.
Yeah.
Is this a problem? Now, I personally have never seen a Strat trem set up with that amount of forward pull.
Yeah. So for all intents and purposes, we're saying, what do you saying, 1/4 of an inch?
1/4 of an inch between the back of the trem.
So what we're looking at, you probably can get it on YouTube now, is probably...
Yeah. It's a lot.
Well, my worry about that would be action. I'm not sure that the neck would...
That's the thing, he's going to end up chasing. The problem is because the action's going to lift a bit, so he's going to have the saddles all the way down. So the strings aren't going to be contacting the saddles as well.
Well, the saddles, and depending on a vintage one, I could see that if it's vintage saddles, not knowing the guitar, it wouldn't be that good. But I mean, getting that, trying to get the handle, that's going to be so low down.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that it's on there. I mean, if you want, most people say on there that's what you want is about 2 or 3 mil, upward movement on the back.
An eighth.
Yeah, so you get...
Eighth.
Volume would help.
Yeah.
It depends.
It's a Strat trem. We're not talking about a Floyd Rose with heavy recess behind the trem. It's just a vintage Strat trem.
I mean, we have, these things are, and some people do use, you never. And I'm about probably put your guitar out of tune in a minute, but
That's
like
when
that.
it's fairly well set up.
Stay in tune.
Yeah.
So they've never really designed to that. These were always designed a bit like the Bigsby's for like that shimmer.
It's vibrato. It's not a whammy bar.
Yeah.
Something like Floyd Rose.
Yeah.
Double locking system. It's recessed behind the trem. It's designed for more extreme use. That really.
Yeah.
It's vibrato. So if the trem is sitting so high, solutions. Would you throw springs at it, or would you try and tighten the claw?
I would. I'm not expecting him to have 3 springs in the back. I'm expecting it to be 2.
Yeah.
I'd put a 3rd spring in, tighten it up to there. I would.
I've got a video somewhere which is about balancing the tension in the springs with the tension in the strings. So I'll put a link in the information section.
The thing is, though, not knowing how the neck's set up, I would do that. And you might have to lower the saddles because it will be a bit further back, so I don't know how the saddles are set. And depending on whether it's vintage, on here you can obviously, you've got the height because you've got the 2-point trem.
Yeah.
If it's a 6-point
trem.
If it's a vintage with 6 screws, you can't change the height, so you're going to be working on the saddles. So it's, again, it comes down to preference though. If you're used to playing it like that, I just think that the wear on the strings won't be...
You're going to get string breakage, aren't you? Because they're not gripping the saddles as tight, so they're going to be moving slightly on the saddle and wearing down.
Whereas this is, set up very well.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the trem,
Yeah.
I mean, you can still dive bomb with it.
Yeah.
You just won't have as much upward movement, but then, what point would you... You're not going to be doing that. I can't remember this one, but you're not going to be doing that whole way.
No. It's not what that sort of tremolo system's designed for.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to get that.
Yeah.
1-2 tone upward pull. It's just not going to happen. So
I think really, if your guitar's at that stage, if you're not sure what you're doing, take it to a guitar tech. It's not going to cost you a whole lot of money because there's no parts involved. It's just time for somebody to.
Oh yeah,
maybe add a spring, adjust the claw, and
you'd probably have the springs if you had it from new. You'll probably comes with a little bag.
Yeah.
2 on there, but that's what I would do with that one.
Yeah.
The neck might need readjusting the truss rod depending on how it ends up being after you've done all that. You might get a bit of fret buzz. It might be that it's just not running true.
Yeah.
But
because you could have a massive sort of like error in the way that the truss rod's set, but because
To
the action's so
compensate.
out of whack
Yeah.
because of the way the trem is, you're not noticing that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you work on about, they reckon the average one's like 3 mil. If you want upward, a lot of people lock them back, so they've only got downwards. Clapton, there's people that's got 5 springs in, and that thing is locked absolutely back and doesn't move. You can't move it even with a bar. So
you can have upward movement, but not that much.